Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of ExpressO, and today we are in conversation with Adit Rahman, who and his channel New Wave is going to be like, the link is going to be down below, and we have with us for the first time ever in our channel Suvi aka Postmortem Report, everybody, and his channel's link is also going to be down below. Today our conversation is going to be on music. So Suvi is a rapper.
Yes.
And Adit is like a huge rock cult.
Yeah, you can say rock cult. I like that.
Cult?
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Yeah, and when I say rock, I mean pure rock. Okay, not too much metal or not the pure rock and roll, that thing.
Talking about rock and roll this year, like last year, I mean, by the way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
New Year. I totally
Happy
forgot
New
that.
Year. But last year was a great year for live concerts in India, at least in terms of rock and roll and heavy metal, I think.
Yeah, I think.
From like Dream Theater.
I think you're talking about
the last tour of Textures and Dillinger Escape Plan.
Steve Vai in Shillong.
That was crazy. Yeah.
And it's even Weekender.
Yeah.
And Textures, I think they came to Pune, I think.
That was their last show.
Last show.
Yeah.
Last show
Last
ever.
show.
Yeah, and that was their last picture that they clicked. They shared it on their Facebook wall. It was really touching because it said like, this is the last picture of us performing on stage as a band from Pune, India.
Shit.
And it was so, I don't know, sad. Like,
Kind of historical,
yeah,
of course, right?
They say 17 years is a long time. That's a long time. 17 years as a band.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't. I couldn't. It was either Textures or 12-Foot Ninja. That's so crazy. Look at our choices. Like, 12-Foot Ninja or Textures. Which one do you want to go to? They're both on the same night.
I don't think we would have had those choices a few years
Yeah,
back.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
So that's why I think this last year was incredible in terms of.
I think past 10 years it took a huge turn in the whole music scene. At least we have so many bands coming from outside now.
Yeah. And so many local bands going up.
Yeah, that's what, like, opening for them.
Yeah.
It's paying off now,
I
finally.
guess, yeah.
It's been
So, like, he's a hip hop guy, I'm a rock guy.
I'm
What girl
a
are
music
you,
guy.
like,
I kind of like, I'm like a music enthusiast, appreciator. I kind of like, whatever I like, I listen to, and like, if I don't like it, I still listen to it. But like, I really like hip hop and pop because, like, I don't know, like, I just do really like those. But I did have a particular question in mind which I thought would be a good thing to talk about today is, in your views, what is the most saddest moment of 2017, or not 2017, in the past, his musical history?
You're talking in terms of music?
Music, just music.
Like in my life or
Globally.
Okay.
Okay, how about we just
There've
say
been many,
both?
I think, like, it's hard to compare also.
So I don't know if you're talking in terms of like people. I mean, I miss Chester Bennington. I think he was one of
I
the
think
greatest singers ever, and there simply is no one to replace that guy. He's influenced a lot of the young
I think
generation.
we grew up
Our
listening.
yeah,
We grew up
Yeah.
listening to them.
Yeah, and then just before that, it was the Soundgarden's vocalist Chris Cornell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
were
mean,
friends.
they were best,
Yeah,
kind
they
of
were
best
best
friends.
friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
Best friends.
He passed away in his birthday.
I think now I know how people might have felt when Kurt Cobain he killed himself. At that point of time, it was huge, this thing.
Yeah.
Now I
maybe
feel that
it
thing.
was
Now
like,
I feel that thing.
Yeah.
People then at that time might have felt this way only, right? So that was one of the things. And if you're talking about genre and all, I think it's a dilemma. Okay, I can't really find an answer. But do you think rock is dying? Rock.
It's not dying. It's just evolved into forms that older people will say is no longer rock, I guess.
But then, rock is a universal genre which cannot be changed. You
No.
can never change what it is. So when there are other forms that are coming off from
No,
rock.
there are rock bands. I mean, there are still rock
Yeah,
bands.
yeah, that's what.
Like
that's
they've
what.
become like I would say heavier. You know, like for example, Beatles were rock.
Yeah.
A rock
at
band,
that time.
yeah.
But like when you hear it now, it's pop,
Yeah, we
right? It's.
would think it falls.
Would you say
under-
that's not the kind of rock?
Yeah.
When you say rock, that's not. We don't think Beatles.
Mhm.
We
That's
think. I think I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think. Rock is always going to be there.
It's always gonna be there, but
It's
it's
just gonna
always
get
gonna be
heavier and
changing.
heavier. You know, like look, like I don't know, Meshuggah.
Yeah.
You know, there are. Metal is a branch out of rock. You would
Yeah.
say, no?
Like from rock only punk rock, hard
Yeah,
rock,
yeah.
this rock, that rock, alternate rock, and all this stuff. What is your favorite? Like I mean, what was the first thing you got introduced to? What kind of music in India? I mean, we are from India, but like
But like Western music is
yeah.
what you mean?
yeah, kind of
Or
something like
Western
that.
music?
It was like the music my parents would play. Like my parents would play all kinds of music, from Venga Boys to Scorpions.
Yeah,
everything
Venga,
in between.
Venga
Yeah,
Boys was
man.
huge.
Oh,
It was huge. that time,
Every
yeah.
house party.
There
you would
was I
have
don't know
was-
why my parents would listen to Venga Boys.
No.
It didn't make sense to me.
At that point of time, I think it was huge. They were huge, right? And it was not just our parents. Venga Boys were, any gully, any gaon, all those gaon mein also.
Oh
Like
my god.
Assam mein also, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a very,
Bagania
There
people
was a
and all.
time when they were at
they used to
their
listen
peak
to
and-
Venga Boys and all.
I just got introduced to the TV and stuff. Okay, like as a kid, MTV and everything just came in, and I was like, okay, let me explore what these are. And the first person that I actually properly listened to and remember is, God forbid me, Britney Spears.
I remember Britney Spears.
So like,
I used to like it, like I used to find it quite catchy when I was like really small.
they were
I
catchy.
was really small and I would think like it's kind of catchy, the
No.
chorus. But like now when I look back, I'd be like, that's cheesy.
They weren't good.
Yeah,
like
like-
it wasn't good, but she was just like a huge hype, and I regret why is it that she is the first memory of music that I have? I hate it. I wish it was someone else, but
You can't. I think when you've just heard like when you're little, you can't really differentiate so much. So when you hear something bad, you
Yeah.
can't really tell it's bad.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
know it's a song. It's okay.
But like,
Hear it.
I think whatever you listen, I think you get used. You start liking that thing only, obviously.
yeah, maybe that's why I like hip hop. Anyways, so what is your favorite? Who is your favorite band? Who are you?
My favorite band.
Are
Okay.
you gonna
Bands.
So I
bands? Yeah, bands is
No,
better.
Bands that make you dance.
okay. I have to take at least 10 seconds. Okay, just wait. My favorite band will be Alter Bridge. See, I know a musician cannot just stick to one thing, okay?
Yeah.
They will always, I personally sometimes I feel like playing soft music, at times very hard. Maybe it's based on my mood and everything.
Yeah.
So, but there is this one special thing in between, okay? And I think that's the kind of music Alter Bridge, it plays, and I can really relate to them.
Is it like something you can go back to, like whenever you're down or happy or
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah, through every kind of emotion, I can. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alter Bridge, what it does is it's alternate rock basically. They are alternate rock band. So in alternate rock, what you can feel is the soft and emotional part also. Also the part where you want to
Yeah.
bang your head and stuff like that. So I think I can relate to it
Perfect
the
blend.
most. Yeah, perfect blend. Yeah, exactly.
What's yours?
I don't know, Slipknot, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Slipknot.
Slipknot, yeah, that would make me like fucking cry and like, I don't know, I still like Slipknot.
Jump at the same time.
Yeah, Slipknot was great.
So I think this is where you get it. That's the power of rock. We are from different genres. We
Yeah.
like different kinds of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
But then at the end of the day, we go back to bands which kind of, for me, mine is Good Charlotte. So like,
Okay.
I grew up listening to them, and those were like some, you have those emo phases in your life back in the school. And I was already late into Good Charlotte, but I still carried it on with me, and I still do. So like that way you can never say that rock is dying or rock is dead, because it's so strong in build. We always have a favorite band, but we have different artists that we like from time to time. Would you stick to an artist for a long time, like saying that that's...
You change.
Well, see, you change, nah. Like as a person, you change. So at different times, he is going to relate to you more.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the great thing about a choice, I guess. And now we have such a variety of choice of music, I guess. After the internet age, it's like so easy.
But like, did you guys feel that change? Like, I mean, okay, so that's not the music, we are going to listen to, the music which you used to listen in when you were kind of small. It has changed a lot, okay? And for me right now, accepting some new genres of music is sometimes, I'll be truthful, it's hard sometimes, okay?
It is.
So sometimes I think, is it just me or, all the people?
I have that. I don't like EDM.
Okay.
And it's like a huge thing. So back in Guwahati, when I was like in my in college, it was like we would have technosis and blah 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 and all this college, and there was just EDM. I'm like, bro, no, like they would have the rock bands early in the morning at daytime, man, in the sun. It was so sad. Like they have nice good songs that Swarlock, there was this band. I don't there were some bands that got really famous like in Guwahati and Assam. They tried to come out of them, but so these people, like, they had some really nice songs going on with them, but they would never get the main gigs. The main would just fall to some EDM dude with the DJ.
What happened was, like, in between, I think few good electro artists made some good tracks, and all of a sudden everyone with a computer started making songs, and the whole EDM sort of circle was flooded with not that great songs.
Yeah.
And that's how it just spread like a virus, and because it's made with a computer, everyone can make it.
It became easier.
Yeah, it became easy. So
and like he's saying, it's something it's digital, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have the human touch of a guitar.
Exactly.
Like, doesn't mean that they can't make great tracks. There are some great tracks I know, like, which are like, but like, I think what's happened is, like, every dude with a computer starts making songs, and then you have a lot of not that great songs. That's why I think colleges and everything, it's just easy to hire a electro artist,
Exactly.
Because there's so many of them. So you just like pick. It's like going to a supermarket or something. Honestly.
So you did a gig recently, right?
Yeah.
How did it go?
It was good. The one I did in a place called Turquoise, so it was really nice. I think I liked it. But the thing is, like, we were just saying that it was a great year for rock and heavy metal, but a lot of bands have come in, and the thing is, I don't think a lot of the local artists have got as much of a stage, I guess, because the first thing is artists are poor, most of them, because again there's so many, and most of them are paid.
So I'll tell you why. Okay, the biggest reason in India, the music industry is the Bollywood industry. Okay, whereas outside, they don't make the movie makers. They don't make the songs themselves. They will. For example, like, in Logan we have, what's his name, whose song? That song, that Logan.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. He'll be getting paid all the time, you understand? So they hire, they choose songs which are, made by the bands of, like, their place and stuff like that.
The music is made for
the movies.
Yeah, from the movies only.
There's a difference.
So it's like there is useless. You're making a band is useless completely.
It's not useless.
No, it's not useless.
But
it sounds so funny.
Yeah.
Like outside of India, let's say America itself, they have a differentiation between the music industry and the movie industry. They're two different sections which come together in a movie in the production out there. But over here we do not.
No, but like you have music made for movies,
That is.
It's starting to come up more now.
No,
it has been happening for a long time. You need to make music.
You guys are talking about outside movies. I was thinking you guys are talking about musicians.
Bollywood.
Yeah, Bollywood. Yeah.
One more thing though. Outside, people still buy CDs. People are still buying records and everything, right?
Not as much as
Not
they
as
used
much
to.
as they used to, but then they still have sailings because the bands and the artists, they
I'll
still
tell
have
you the
CDs
difference,
going.
okay?
They have.
But like in India, you
in
don't.
the year 2000, when Eminem released Marshall Mathers LP1, it sold 22 million copies. His last biggest selling album, like not the one he released just now, it sold about 1 million. That's how much album, and that was the highest selling album that year, 1 million. 21 million down in copies.
Tell me one thing, okay?
14.
When was the first time in life? I'll ask you first. When was the first time in life you got introduced to the internet? When was the first time?
When I was 12.
You were 12.
2004, 5, 4.
What I'm trying to say is that when I was growing up, somewhere like when I first heard Bon Jovi was the earliest memory I have listening to Bon Jovi or Hotel California. I remember buying those cassettes, okay. But later, just after 2-3 years, when I was grown up enough to just explore stuff, since that time only I remember downloading for free. Okay, so that's how I got used to it at the earliest of my age, That's how, it's not like me going to buy the albums, because that trend I did not see it anywhere. So it did not have to be taught or anything like that, I know that, but that's just the way it got started for me and a lot of people also. If you're getting directly for free, the first time you're using internet, all those things are already there. Do you actually remember going out with your family and just buying the favorite CD of your favorite band or something like that? I don't have that.
I do have a memory of that because I grew up in a different environment. So out there, what happened? I had that thing, the Walkman where you put the CD in and just the thing.
Discman.
Yeah. So Discman, yes. So even if I downloaded the songs, I had to buy another empty CD, put it back on, and then so it was a huge process.
Yeah.
But me and my dad, I remember we used to go for CD shoppings like crazy. They were like super cheap pirated CDs out there. They were like $120 one CD, and I was like I had like huge collections of songs.
And you have like 20-30 songs from different artists.
Yeah, the different art.
That's what I'm saying. It was pirated, right? So that piracy thing, we got it from starting only. What will you do? I never remember like that, but till now also I go and buy some of my favorite bands or something like that. So I am purchasing their thing. But I'm not very.
I don't remember the last time I bought a CD.
I remember.
I do remember.
Yeah, I remember. But
it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's what. So we are very used to that thing, just free-made downloading. Later we got aware that that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good, and it was already too far by then. Too late.
The deal was already
done.
But then so the earning for musicians, before it was CDs and cassettes. What is it now? How do people earn now? Let's not say just Bollywood. From movies,
there are ways.
There are a lot of ways.
It's changed. I think the world has changed. I guess.
Do you get paid in bitcoins or something?
No. See, all kinds
I
of
guess
promotion.
it's
Okay,
super.
it's all kinds of promotion. If you're famous, you will make money. Now the thing is that very basic example I'll give you. Now the biggest platform is, let's say, YouTube. Okay, so YouTube, for every likes after a certain point of views or something like that. Fact check. Is it something like that? After 100,000 views, so for every views you get money or something like that, right? So think about people who are making 1 million, 2 million views, and all the ads that you're clicking. That is how they generate money.
Yeah, but you can't call it direct money from the music that you made. That's not direct money. That's from the music that you particularly made. Let's say you put out an album out there in the world. How are you? If it's an audio album, it's just on the internet and people can download it, or it's from Spotify or something like that. But how are you earning from that? You're not earning for or from your music the way you would when you work with movies and stuff. So what is the other way?
You're talking about India. You're talking about Bollywood.
No, I'm talking about
in music in general.
Yeah.
Just sales just sales alone, I think, is not what it used to be like before. Just for example, people buying a track. they do buy digital tracks on iTunes.
They do buy. There are a lot of people who still buy.
For example, someone hears like nowadays you use SoundCloud and Spotify, things like that. So for every time you hear a song, there's an ad wherever posted on Spotify. Like that's how money is generated.
That's right.
Wait, there's ads on Spotify?
Yeah, there is
There are
ads
ads
everywhere now.
everywhere.
That's the way they make money.
Like it's
I think we
they
have to
always make sure
accept it.
something is in your eye.
And the others are
because-
like chota mota. They're buying their T-shirts. They're buying their maybe I don't know for goodies. I mean something like that. Chota
Yeah.
mota all those.
Yeah.
And also if your song is being used in some kind of movies or something, you're going to
Yeah,
get like
that is the one of the biggest way of earning as of now. Because
Not for a musician that he
not
can't
for
hold.
all sort of musician. Of course, let's say for example your music is used for a game like GTA 5 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So think about the money they will make.
that's a huge amount of money.
Yeah,
It's
that's
GTA, man.
That's what. The highest selling product ever, by the way, ever in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's the highest selling entertainment product ever.
GTA 5.
GTA 5.
Whoa.
Damn.
3 days, 1 billion.
Oh my
That
god.
is crazy, man.
That is crazy.
But at the end of the day, it's music that we're talking about. We
Yeah.
all love music. We listen to it 24/7. It's always there.
This conversation can go on for
It
Yeah,
can
for
go
3
on
days.
forever. And
It's hard
we
to put
have
into
a
one
lot of
video.
people to talk about their stuff.
Maybe we can do it again.
Yeah.
Again
Continue it
sometime,
further.
yeah.
Music part 2.
Music part.
So we're gonna end it out over here. We had a lovely.
We want you to know actually if you want us to talk more about this
Music.
topic or whatever topic.
Or if you
Post the
want a
comments.
particular artist that we have to, you want us to listen to or
Yeah.
review about, anything like that. But thank you, Subi, for being with us
Thank
today.
you for having
You're
me.
gonna be back again.
Yes, I hope so.
Yep.
I hope so.
So, yay, good night.
Don't
Bye-bye.
forget to check out our channel down
Like
below.
and subscribe.